So the most important thing I learned in crypto, that's what I want to talk about. Now, I've been in crypto for a long time, since 2012 or 2013-ish, and I made a ton of mistakes. I finally have increased my net worth considerably, but it took me a long time. I made a lot of mistakes. Massive financial education. In school, they don't teach any of this stuff. You know, the legacy financial system kept a certain way, keep people in a certain place in the pyramid. And that's the way it works. You either have to step up and teach yourself what's going on and understand the financial system, the global financial system, or continue to believe the propaganda that's fed to you through the various consolidated media outlets. It's all a game, it's all a scam. Now in crypto might very well be created by the powers that be as well in an effort to move civilization into the digital age. But there's also a possibility that it's not the case, and that it was created by some computer scientists that call themselves Satoshi Nakamoto, and that it was a system created for the future because people need a way to get money, right? Okay, so here's the most important thing. Do not sell your BTC or your ETH. Don't sell Bitcoin, don't sell Ethereum. These are appreciating assets. The foolish mistake I made was selling any BTC or Ethereums that I did accumulate, and I was able to accumulate them at a very inexpensive price. That's relative too, though, of course, because I'm using the US dollar. I live in the USA, so my fiat currency that I need to pay my bills and to live my life is the US dollar. Now, it's also the global reserve currency. Whatever the US dollar does, the rest of the currencies are going to do the same thing in some degree. The US dollar purchasing power has been decreasing. The past 100 years, decreasing. The past 50 years, it's decreasing rapidly. Now, we sell an appreciating asset like BTC or Ethereum for a depreciating US dollar. Makes no sense. That is the biggest mistake I made in crypto. Plenty of people did not make those mistakes. They understood this, they saw that, they knew what they were doing. That's great. My ignorant burnout mind, unfortunately, I'm relatively educated, did not see that or did not understand that on the big scale. So we got to look at it through the wide lens and understand that crypto, not all of crypto, but a lot of it is appreciating. The market is appreciating. US dollar, world reserve currency, whatever country you may be, happen to have been born in or live in or be a citizen of, your currency, it's all the same. It's all controlled by some central bank somewhere, is depreciating. That's how the system works. It's designed to depreciate so that it can benefit its top of the pyramid ownership. That's how it works. We put our money in a bank. So we have all this money in the bank. Let's say you have $10,000 in the bank in your account. Now your bank is allowed to go, of course, because of fractional reserve banking, your bank is allowed to go and loan out 10 times, maybe 20 times at this point. You know, I don't really know that much. So that means, let's say they can loan out 10 times. That means they can loan 100 grand out on my $10,000, on my $10,000, which means, first of all, they don't have the $10,000. Technically, it's not even there. Secondly, that means that they can go ahead and loan out 10 times the amount at interest, and they're making a ton of money through not just loaning like to some little nobody who's trying to buy some shitty house somewhere. I'm not even talking about that. I mean, they do institutional lending. I mean, we're talking about big money. Okay, but they pool all this money, they have all this money, they use everybody's money to loan out, they make all this interest, and they give you nothing. In fact, what they do is they charge you a fee when you go to use your ATM card. So they're loaning out your money 10 times the amount at 10 times the value, making all the interest, and then on top of that, they're charging you $3.50 or whatever the hell it might be, for you to take out, for you to use your ATM card. Think about how insanely ridiculous this is. Completely ridiculous. Anyway, there's a lot more to this. It's very complicated. It's very simple in some ways, but very complex in other ways. But what is important is that you don't sell appreciating assets. Now, I'm using Bitcoin and Ethereum because this, in my world, the crypto world, is the world that I live in. In the regular legacy world of stocks or assets like gold and silver, again, those are also, you know, if they're an appreciating asset, you wouldn't sell them. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, of course, you have to live, so you need some fiat, you need some money to pay your bills and buy your food. That might change, but for now, most of us at least still live in a world that operates this way. So that's where the tricky part comes. So, you can do things like borrow against your asset. You can keep your assets in places like Nexo or Celsius, or there's a whole bunch of different crypto lending platforms now that are essentially crypto banks. And the thing is, instead of actually stealing your money and lending it all out, they're using collateral to make loans, which makes a lot more sense, because that means that there's something backing that loan, right? And on top of that, they're also giving you some interest. Legitimate amounts of interest, 5%, 8%, something that gives you a return for allowing them to hold your money, your assets. So that is the short of this lesson that I learned, which is do not sell your BTC, do not sell your ETH. If you have some appreciating assets that you believe are going to go up, then you don't sell them, because all you're doing is cashing them out for something else that's depreciating. So now you not only sold them, yes, you made some gains on it, that's why you're selling it, which is a great thing. And if you need to do that, of course you have to do it, but there's a certain amount that should not be sold. It should be held, and that is your value. That's your wealth creation, not having $100,000 US dollars in the bank. Anyway, I hope you're all well. You can give a like and subscribe to this channel. I haven't been very active. Just kind of a mixed bag, this life, I hope you're all doing well, and we're going to see what's going to happen in the next few months with this current market. Peace.